What's going on, guys? My name's Wyatt Sherwin, and welcome to this week's episode of the Spiel.
You forgot to introduce me. I'm Angie Wyatt.
What's up, Mom? How you?
Oh, that feels so weird. You call me Mom.
Good. How was the beach? I just want to touch on how great it is to finally be back in Southern Illinois, man. It's been a hectic last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you went on vacation, and I went on vacation separately, but kind of to the same area-ish.
You took a little vacay, man.
I did. I went to Florida. I got a rental car. I had I don't know how much of this story you want me to go into, but it is long.
Dude,
I went to get a rental car, and they were like, I booked it months in advance, and they were like, and I'm paying $900 for this car for 10 days.
What were you driving, a Lambo?
So I rented a Chevy Malibu for 10 days.
There you go.
And they months ago, and then I was driving to the place to pick up the car, and they were like, "Hey, sorry, we don't have any cars on the lot." Some company came through and
just picked up all.
They took 65 cars from all the places around. So none of the rental car places had any cars all around.
Oh my God.
So I had to go through all of that. I tried to go to a dealership to rent a car, and by the time I got there, the place I was renting from finally called me back, and they were like, "Hey, we have a car." And I'm like, "You really have it?" So I drove all the way back to go get it. They had it. It was a big Chevy Malibu. It was really nice. 2024. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So anyway, I drove there by myself. It's a 10-hour trip. Drove by myself. I got there, stayed in a nice condo on the beach on the 3rd floor. So that was kind of cool. We went to the beach, and me, being the unprepared, non-outdoorsy person that I am, decided, I was like, I don't need sunscreen. This is Florida. I don't know if you've ever been in the Florida sun. It is hot.
Extreme.
Especially the beginning of June.
Yeah, you look like you got a little sun.
Dude, yeah, I'm a little darker. Actually, we did play with some jellyfish. So I was really terrified. We went to the snorkeling place, and there were tons of them in the water. And I was like, what do we do? So we went over to talk to some people who were already there, and they were like, no, you can play with them. And this little girl, probably about 14 years old, walks up, has one in her hands. And I'm like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So we went, and then my little nieces and nephew were playing with them, picking them up out of the water and putting them in buckets and stuff. And it's they're not scared of them. So my brother said he would poke it and it would fly, go away. He'd sneak up on it and poke it. So yeah, there was that. And then we got a boat. We rented a boat, and my brother crashed it into a pillar. We went back and told the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, it happens. It's fine." He's like, mostly what we look for is if the ladder is missing, or if the canopy on top is gone. He's like, we have people bring it back and stuff is missing. And I'm like, how does that happen?
Man, so you did a lot.
Yeah, dude. I got to hang out with my nieces and nephew, which was super fun. My brother, his wife, I made a lasagna, took it over to them. We swam in the ocean and in the pool in the little condo complex. It was a lot of fun. I can keep going with stories, but I want to hear about your trip to Florida.
Dude, it wasn't near as eventful as that. I didn't crash any boats or nothing, but it was my family reunion. Right. So it was like 80 or 100 family members, right? And you just have no clue who
That's
they
the
are.
biggest family reunion I've ever heard of.
Dude, it is crazy in Alabama. I go out into the pool area, and it's just filled with people at this hotel, and my entire family just ran out the hotel.
Right.
So I'll just go up to random people, because my cousin who I hang out a lot with, Connor, he wasn't there. So I just kind of started making friends and stuff. I was like, "What's up? We're related." And then sometimes they'd be like, "Dude, who are you? I'm not here for the reunion." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool." But that was a big part of my days. But then also, I had some great food. I'm a big tuna dip guy.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Eating a lot of that, man.
All that protein, bro.
Yeah, and I went to a jump park, actually, and
a trampoline park.
Yeah, which is I don't know.
It's got to be inside, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. But yeah, we went out there, and that was fun. And then dude, I bought my first ever boogie board.
Oh, you bought one? You didn't rent it?
No. It was like $30-$40,
right.
But I went out there, and the beach is, for me at least, is a really
right.
calming place.
See, that's what's real funny is it was calm on the beach. That's why I spent so many hours in the water, because I'm just it was so relaxing.
Yeah, man. So we got a heck of a show today.
Yeah.
We've got the Smith Hill band coming on here.
Right.
I
heard there's going to be some kind of crazy harmonica something.
We have an interesting kitchen segment, and then lastly, the big name, we got Kevin Costner today.
So Tim went and interviewed Kevin Costner about Horizon. And it's, Kevin freaking Costner.
Who hasn't he met at this point?
Right.
But anyway, that's the gist of it, man. I think we're gonna have a killer show today.
Gonna be good.
We got some good people, and we'll be right back.
Right here. Goodbye.
I was immediately immersed because I believed every moment I was watching. And pretty soon, if you're in careful hands, you just go with the movie at that point. You know it's not 200 years ago, but you're allowed yourself to go back.
My son was a huge factor in my decision to quit. He came home from school one day talking about how every cigarette takes so many minutes off your life. And he's like, well, if you're smoking and Dad's smoking, I'm just going to be by myself. And it was like a heart punch, you know, and I was like, okay, we've got to do something different. So that was kind of what pulled the trigger for me, just broke my heart. But I picked a day that was going to be my quit day. And it was my mom's birthday. I'm going to quit June 20th. I'll never pick up another cigarette again. And I haven't 6 years later.
At CRHPC, we strive to meet the medical, dental, and pharmacy needs of patients. In addition to family medicine, pediatrics, and offering x-ray services at reduced costs, CRHPC treats patients needing dermatology, a colonoscopy, and those with questions about women's health. Need help managing diabetes and want to learn how to eat healthy? Or you're looking for a psychiatrist? We treat behavioral health needs. CRHPC is also a Suboxone provider. Come see us if you need help regulating testosterone levels. We can assist with weight loss, wound care, and treat joint pain. Find help at any one of our 14 locations throughout Southern Illinois, where walk-ins are always welcome. For more, visit crhpc.org.
Hey, we're the Smith Hill Band. This is Dan Hill. I'm Gary Smith. We're going to lead off with a song called Crescent Moon. This was written by Dan Hill.
I wrote this on the roof of a friend of mine's house in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, overlooking the Mississippi River. It's called Crescent Moon. Crescent moon over the Mississippi, shimmering river, hot summer night. Crescent moon on this little evening. I got you here beside me and everything's alright. And we're watching that big river dribble on down to the Gulf of Mexico. The moon, the river, the breeze, you and I. You put your arms around me and whisper to me, don't ever let me go. And I'm feeling like I'm dreaming as the river goes rolling by. Watching that big river dribble on down to the Gulf of Mexico. The moon, the river, the breeze, you and I pull you closer near me so you can hear me say I'll never let you go. And we're feeling like we're dreaming as the river goes rolling by. Crescent moon over the Mississippi, shining down on you and I. Everything's fine, 'cause you're here with me. So let the moon and the river and the breeze roll right on by. Crescent moon keeps shining down on you and I. Thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back to a very special segment of the Spiel. You know, me and Walker, we get along. We've got some similar tastes, you know, some things we get along on. One thing though that does vary a little bit is our music taste. Like, and I realized that last week when we were in CMAs, and he was like I'd be like, dude, like I just saw so and so. He'd be like, who's that, man? Like I've got absolutely no idea. But
you and your mom both were grilling me pretty
we were
hard in
grilling
Nashville.
you.
I felt like
torched,
I
man.
could have seen a celebrity on the street.
Dude,
and
yeah.
like
you
wouldn't have even
you could have
known it.
ran to Morgan Wallen and you'd be like, hey man, can you like move out of the way? Like I'm trying to get my chicken. I'm trying to get my chicken from Hattie B's or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and vice versa, man. Like, you know, I'm sure that there's like some festivals, like if we both went, like I would have no clue. Like you'd have to point me in the direction. So with that being said, we have a little challenge on our hands here. We each have 5 songs picked out, ranging from the odds of us figuring it out is at the lowest on the first one to the highest on the last one. So like, you know, a small song or a small band in the genre to like mainstream Billboard. I hope that makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
So without further ado, you want to go first, man?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
No clue.
Is that Metallica?
Dude. So we started off with our more niche ones. This is one of my favorite bands. Their name is Meat Wave. They are a Chicago punk band.
Okay.
And that song is called Run You Out. It's one of my favorite songs to listen to whenever me and Rob are working out in the morning.
There you go.
Because you're on the treadmill.
I could see myself like getting hyped to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
dude.
Man, okay. That's gonna be hard to follow up, but
Morgan Wallen, is it?
yeah, perfect. Okay, so but the song is. Are we doing song? Because if so, I just lost if it's the artist name. We're doing song, right?
We could do. I feel like if you hit
Let's
either
do song,
one,
so
yeah,
I can win. So I can win. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, touche. That was good. All right, you got your next one.
Yeah. Probably gonna be one of like the toughest one that I had, but the band's name is Death from Above 1979. That's why it's so tough, because the name is so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I had no clue. Like, absolutely zero idea. And so far, you're up 1. All right. Now this guy, you probably have no clue who he is.
Man.
Come on, man.
I got egg on my face, man. I'm gonna say Mitchell Tenpenny.
Oh, good guess, bro. But I'm not gonna lie, Walker, I did you dirty, man. That was Morgan again.
Are you serious? I was gonna put it to
Morgan again, and that's legit. That's why I was like, oh, you're gonna have no clue. Because I was like, maybe you won't hear it.
That was some mental manipulation, dude.
I had to. Man, so you're still up 1-0, and now we're on the 3rd song. So it should get easier. Right?
I think you'll have a much easier time with these 3. I would say these are fairly mainstream.
Okay. Oh man, the little drummer boy, I don't.
Bro, that's Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
That's off of one of their more popular records, but Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay.
Pretty.
I feel like I've heard of them for sure, like without a doubt. But I mean, I still probably wouldn't have guessed that if you held a gun to my head. But
They've worked with Dave Grohl before.
Okay.
That was like in their earlier stuff, but yeah, really cool.
Okay. You might gravitate towards this one a little more. It's like rock and country a little bit.
Okay.
But
This isn't Jelly Roll, is it?
no,
Oh,
no,
man.
he's buddies with Jelly Roll though.
It's not Mitchell Tenpenny.
No, man. It's Hardy. Okay, I got this. I'm gonna get this next one.
I have faith in you for this next one.
You're gonna kill me for this guess, but like it's a shot in the dark. This is not. No, it's not the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's not. They can't be. It can't be.
I feel like Red Hot Chili Peppers is more chill rock,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm stumped, man. I'm stumped.
Man, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh man, dude. I knew that. I didn't know that. I'm lying. I'm lying on camera. I didn't know that, but I actually like know the band. Like so. Is that your number 2? Like
That was my number 2. Yeah.
I don't have a chance, do I?
No,
It's
dude,
over.
I have so much faith in you for this last one.
Okay, it better be like the most mainstream thing ever. All right, so here's my second to last one. This is a classic, man.
Miranda Lambert, is it?
No, but good guess. That was actually a really good guess. Yeah, this is like an OG, like way back. Carrie Underwood.
Oh man.
I know. I was showing love to the female producers, man. I think that's it's important. This inspired me at a young age when I was like 8, jamming out. I don't know how it inspired me, but it did. Like it was like one of those music video moments where you look out the window of your car and you're just like, yeah, like I'm the main character. Like
yeah, dude.
That was it for sure. Okay, I'm ready for your number 1. I hope I can get this one at the very least.
No, I have so much faith in you. I gotta pause it there because then they say the name of the song.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it. Okay, it's like the next part was like, "There goes my hero."
Yeah, dude.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, man, you got.
Let's go.
You got it. Let's go.
I got a point.
Is that because you cheated?
No, dude.
I saw you looking at your phone.
No, but I do know the song actually. But how was I, dude? What was I gonna do with my phone? Google it, like.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, no. But it's fine. It's fine. So this is for the win. You got opportunity to win here. Okay, we're tied up 1-1. All right.
This is Tipsy, isn't it?
Yeah. Ow.
Is it everybody in the bar getting tipsy?
You got it, dude. Ah.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Man, I thought I won with Google, but I guess not. But you know what, man?
Dude.
Good game, man.
It was an excellent showdown.
Yeah, and I think that was a good segment, dude.
Dude, thank you so much for showing me some of your music. Yeah. Maybe next time
I feel more
we do
cultured. I feel like I understand.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna look some of this stuff up later and jam to it in the car.
Yeah, me too. I'll do that on the treadmill or maybe when I'm like eating nails or something.
Yeah,
fun,
dude.
All right. We'll be right back, y'all.
Back home, cold to me. I'll never ever be set free.
It reminded me of my journey in this business, and it reminded me that having an audience on my shoulder has always been important. It's guided me, but it hasn't forced me in any decision that I didn't want to make.
My name is Elizabeth Michaels, and I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified diabetes education specialist here at Christopher Rural Health. I work with patients to set and achieve realistic health goals and to empower them to better manage their diabetes effectively. We work together to come up with an individualized treatment plan that facilitates better health and quality of life. I'm here to provide education, support, and resources for people with diabetes and their friends and families so that they can enjoy the best possible quality of life amidst a challenging but treatable disease.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school. We want to get them through that 2 years and get them into a career or get them onto a transfer. But we're also here for the adults, like I was. You know, I always knew I wanted to have choices and do different things. I went to apprentice school, I went to lineman's school, and then having the education expanded on that. Come and visit us online, come visit us in person. I would always encourage people to check out the website and look at the events page and see what's happening and what's coming up.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. They're trying to get your kids addicted and make them customers for life, but you can stop them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping. The tobacco and vaping industries sure won't.
We're Smith and Hill. I'm Dan, and this next song is an original written by my partner, Gary.
It's called Woman Like a Drug. I can't breathe, light hurts my eyes, no breeze through the window, dead inside, pitch black heart, cold to me, I'll never ever be set free. Woman like a drug, woman like a drug, woman like a drug to me. Down the bone, winter's tree, she loves me seductively. She don't want me, won't leave me be. I'll never ever be set free. Woman like a drug, woman like a drug, woman like a drug to me. Spike me deep, inject my dreams. Oh, I can't sleep. She don't want me, won't leave me be. I'll never ever be set free. Woman like a drug, woman like a drug, woman like a drug, like a drug too. Woman like a drug, woman like a drug, woman like a drug, like a drug too. Woman like a drug, woman like a drug, woman like a drug, like a drug to me.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with the Smith Hill Band, and you guys just killed it, man. I'm talking down to every single note. You guys seem like you're just, I mean, it's a different breed, really. Like, I've seen so many people perform these last few weeks, like because you know I was just talking about it with you guys. I was at CMA Fest. And I mean, I think you guys blow the Nissan Stadium out the water when that day comes. So I got to know, guys, like how'd you guys get to know each other? Like, how'd y'all form like this collective, like this band?
Well, we met at an open mic about, 2 years ago. And then about a year and a half ago, we got semi-serious about working on songs and such. And one of the reasons that we both decided to get this started is we both write a lot of songs. And we do covers and such, but it was so much of it was just about the original songwriting that we both do. And we both kind of like each other's tunes, so that makes it work.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it complements, you know, the harmonicas and the guitar. Like, I feel like it goes together like super well.
Thank you.
So, you know, you mentioned that you used to do some covers. So what was the influence there? Come on, there's got to be a little influence for this.
Well, Gary's a big blues guy. He's originally from Chicago and came down here. So he's bringing all sorts of really good, deep blues tracks from the masters down here on Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, Sun Seals.
Yeah.
And then I'll come along and try to slide in a Bee Gees song or something.
There you go.
We end up having a nice little box of crayons.
Well, hey, it's a good mix. I mean, you guys are versatile. It seems like you cover a lot of bases, check a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been doing this, though?
About a year and a half, like really trying to work on tunes and really do something with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a year and a half's a decent amount of time. So I got to know, is there a specific like venue or like event y'all did that you guys just walked out of? You're like, yeah, man, like that was fun. Like that was one I'm gonna remember.
Oh yeah. I don't know which one you're thinking of.
Well, go ahead.
Our good friend Ivis John has an annual Christmas party here in Carbondale.
Okay.
The Varsity Theater, and he brings a lot of great artists, and it's a whole night of entertainment. And he was very generous with us being a new act and let us come up and do 3 numbers, and that was the pinnacle. I mean, that was, if we could get to the Nissan Center, that'd be close. That's
it's the same thing.
That's how high the Ivis John event was. But that was my favorite so far. But we've had some really great experiences.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And Dan actually wrote a couple originals like a week before we actually did the show, and one of them went over really well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
thank you.
And that sounds like a fun time. So both of y'all actually write your own original music, and that's something I actually really admire, because like, I mean, I see it as like you guys are like real artists, like Picassos, you know what I'm saying? Like you're building your own thing from scratch, and it's like your baby, you know, it's your work.
Yeah.
So can you kind of walk me through like what goes into making an original song?
This guy's written some killer ones. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes you just get some kind of idea or feeling, or you get a hook riff in your head or a particular lyric, and you make sure you capture it and see what else immediately comes in, but you capture that and then you just think about it, let it germinate a little bit and come back to it, and then you just start really working on it. And it's kind of like, I believe it was the poet Jim Carroll said, not to drop a name, but Jim Carroll said, like, it's poem is like a sculpture. And I kind of think a song can be the same way, where you just have that base and then you just sculpt away until you get the center, like to the real meat of the song. So.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, honestly. So I guess lastly, guys, is there anything you guys want to promote or touch on that I haven't asked you?
Well, I'll just say you can find us on Facebook. We're the Smith Hill Band. It's Smith-Hill Band, and you can find us there and check out our events page to see where we might be playing next.
Okay. All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Thank you,
Thank you
Wyatt.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you, Spiel.
We'll
You
be
guys
right
are
back.
awesome.
See y'all.
It's a story, you know. Listen, there are books in our life, and those books still can be made into movies. So this is an idea, this is a book that's been in my mind for 30 years, and so I just decided I wouldn't let it go.
Right here.
So we're making a non-alcoholic blackberry Moscow Mule and then a rumless punch.
CRHPC, with 14 convenient locations across Southern Illinois, welcomes family practice physician Suzanne Burge. Dr. Burge will be seeing patients in our DuQuoin and Christopher locations. Get more information about any one of our clinics online at crhpc.org. Walk-ins are always welcome, and our in-house pharmacy delivers discounted prescriptions to all of our locations. CRHPC is available for your healthcare needs.
This is Chillware, an exciting, innovative new product designed to keep your ready-to-serve food at either hot or cold temperatures. I went to a pool party potluck, so I told my friend I'll bring the potato salad. And I spent all day with an ice bath trying to keep the potato salad cold. Nobody ate the potato salad, and it was my potato salad, so of course it was fabulous. So as I'm trying to figure out how to keep it cold so people will eat it, and I thought to myself, well, they need a Crockpot to keep stuff cold. And that's where the idea for Chillware was born.
I do wish more people would understand the severity of their choice. I realize that it's a hard habit to quit. And so what I would tell people that if they're struggling with the addiction of cigarettes or vaping or whatever, and they want to quit, but they just don't know how, that there is help out there. There's resources to look up. There's places to go to really help you kick the habit and be there for you and your loved ones and everyone that cares about you.
Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice to see.
I like this. You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
All right, guys, now the moment you've all been waiting for. We're cutting to our TV and film critic Tim Estilos talking with Kevin Costner about the new hit movie, Horizon.
You use that much this year?
Haven't had much need of it yet.
Looks like we got ourselves a bad man right here.
Kevin, first of all, I really want to congratulate you on the reception that you got at the Cannes Film Festival. What was that like for you?
That was unexpected. They're always polite, but it moved me to another place. I found myself next to my children. I was quietly emotional. They saw that, and so it was a moment for myself and my family. It reminded me of my journey in this business, and it reminded me that having an audience on my shoulder has always been important. It's guided me, but it hasn't forced me in any decision that I didn't want to make.
Now, this film's been 30 years in the making, but along that journey, you've made so many other wonderful Western films, be it Dances with Wolves or Silverado or one of my favorites, Open Range. So during that journey, that trajectory of all of those films, Did those films help influence what this film, Horizon, has ultimately become?
Maybe in some degree. I don't think too much, really. I saw them each as the moment that I was doing them, whether it's Hatfield and McCoy's or Wyatt Earp or something like that. It's a story, Listen, there are books in our life, and those books still can be made into movies. So this is an idea, this is a book that's been in my mind for 30 years, and so I just decided I wouldn't let it go. I didn't feel like, I don't fall out of love with things. I feel like classic doesn't have a shelf life.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've loved Western films all your life, haven't you?
Yeah, not very many, because most of them aren't very good. I find them most too simple, and the people are depicted across the board are not authentic.
That looks like a promising place.
The place I might be able to see myself.
You just have to stand at the river, and you can see what the men and the women up there see. That's what drove us across the ocean to this country in the first place. Hope.
What was the first one that comes to mind for you that's stuck in your memory?
It was the How the West Was Won.
Mm-hmm. Well, how did that influence you in terms of getting
I was
involved?
stunned at the scenery. It wasn't a location that I had been used to. The costumes were authentic. The people that were meeting each other were authentic. The Native Americans were dressed exotically, beautifully, I was immediately immersed because I believed every moment I was watching. And pretty soon, if you're in careful hands, you just go with the movie at that point. Mm-hmm. It's not 200 years ago, but you're allowed yourself to go back. Because if you're in careful hands, a story is unfolding in front of you. What's being said makes sense to you.
What is it about this genre that appeals to you? Because, again, you've done so many films in this genre. Is there a certain quality about the expansion to the West, a story about America?
There's just no one to arbitrate your problems. And when you think that, if you walked out on those streets and there was nowhere, there's this chaos that existed out in this giant landscape. It was a terrible clash of cultures, of people coming saying, we can take this if we're strong enough. And there's other people saying, this is where we live. And the drama out there was nobody to referee it. Mm-hmm. And so you can measure yourself. Who do you think you are out there?
What I enjoy about your films, and this one as well, is that there's a realism to the depiction of the West. In this film, there are some instances, not gratuitously, but some violent scenes involving not only the settlers perpetrating it, but Native Americans. So did it give you pause to present this?
My job is to make it look vulgar and mean, and it was vicious, and it was personal. A man elects to blow his family up just simply because he won't want them to feel or to be tortured. There's a heroism in that, and those decisions were made all the time. So there's no political correct in what I'm trying to do. Violence is ugly, and it comes in all forms, and all people are capable of it. The difference is the Native Americans were fighting for their homes and for their neighbors. The other, the people who were taking scalps, that was for commerce. And so there's an ugliness to all of it, but there's a higher level of understanding why Native Americans were fighting.
Westerns throughout the past decades have just perpetrated that, a gunfight was a simple shot or getting an arrow, but people didn't die easily in that era, did they?
There's a thing called adrenaline, and sometimes there is what I call a perfect knockout blow. It just happens. Mm-hmm. But often as not, there's a death struggle. And maybe it's even over a fiddle, something meaningless to one person.
And if I may ask you about one of your other films, it's been 30 years since you completed The Bodyguard with the amazing Whitney Houston. And recently I had a chance to rewatch the wonderful eulogy that you gave at her memorial service. So what I've wanted to ask you since that time is, what is it about the two of you making that film together? What was it that was part of that time that made such a wonderful friendship bond, not only between you and her family, to deliver such a heartfelt speech?
I didn't originally want to speak. I didn't think I was entitled to speak there. I didn't even actually do any on-camera interviews for the first 6 days when it was all over the news, and people wanted to hear from me, and I didn't really know what to say. It's not my first instinct to go to a microphone. You and I haven't seen each other since a movie a long time ago. I only usually am out there when I make a movie, period. And so there was this steady drumbeat to try to hear something from me, and I just kept, well, no, I shouldn't assume that I have anything to really say about when we did this movie. But I finally got a call from Dionne Warwick, and boy, she was just broken because she was putting together a memorial. There was a lot on her back. And I immediately said, yes, I would go do it. And I was like really mad at myself when I did, because what was I going to say about this relationship? What could I say about this really very special person, talented and vulnerable? And what would I say to a community that saw her as their own, and me standing up there, why would I be there? I accepted it, and then I searched my soul for what that relationship really was. I was her imaginary bodyguard, but I could talk about who she was as a person.
Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you, in watching it all these years later, it brought a lump in my throat, and you gave a sense of really how much and how strongly she touched people. So you chose wisely, sir. Thank you for that. And thank you for this film. This film is amazing. I'm looking forward to the next installments.
Great, it's coming.
All right, thank you.
You be careful. Someone's gonna take that gun and wrap you with it.
What? We talked enough.
Right. And one survey that I found, 1 in 2 millennials has cut back on their drinking, in the last year.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching now is life-changing.
Specifically in adolescence, that addiction to nicotine, whether you're smoking cigarettes or using a vape, that addiction to nicotine can have a very harmful effect on a developing brain. Adolescents and even adults up into the early 20s, their brain is still developing. And so when we introduce a real addictive product like nicotine into that developing brain, it can have a big impact on how they develop. The addiction to nicotine that happens is a big problem, whether it's through a vape or through cigarettes.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. And you lose a lot of things. I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And unfortunately, some days it's Daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
All right, guys. Well, we've had an absolutely killer episode so far. So, you know, with all that in mind, I'm getting a little parched. So
Yes.
tell me about it, Emily. What we got here?
Mocktails are fabulous if you either don't drink or you're underage, as you are.
Right here.
So we're making a non-alcoholic blackberry Moscow Mule and then a rumless punch.
Okay.
So we'll start with Mule. So we're going to get our mug. And then we have blackberry preserves here.
What? So why do they call it preserves and not like blackberry jam?
Preserves are, I believe, a little thicker. I know that a lot of preserves will have seeds in them, but blackberries, because the seeds are so small, they tend to not.
Yeah, I got you.
So we're going to grab that. I'm going to grab our ginger beer, which is non-alcoholic.
Yeah. You got to clarify.
Yes.
Man, honestly, I'm not really, you know, being underage, I've never really gotten to enjoy a cocktail personally, but I mean, this is a fun and creative way that everyone can enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it's like, because you don't, I mean, sometimes you want to go out and you want more than a soda or you want something like fancy, but you don't want to drink, you know, whether it's for personal reasons or for work reasons or what have you.
Yeah.
So if you want to hand me the lime.
There you go.
So what I'm doing, I just mixed up the blackberry preserves and the ginger beer, sorry. Then we're cutting the lime. Juicing it in there. Do you like a lot of lime?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big lime guy.
But if you want to hand me one more lime, I'm going to go ahead and cut a garnish.
Okay.
And then while I am cutting the garnish, do you want to add the ice into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I just drop it in or?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, no, because like I'm almost 20, but like at the age of 19, I'm like nearing the age where like, you know, a lot of my friends actually are, you know, old enough to drink. So this is like a way I could like actually be involved and like, you know, feel like, you know, I'm not not like order water, you know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And you know, one survey that I found, 1 in 2 millennials has cut back on their drinking, like, so, you know, in the last year. And so I know in a lot of like larger metropolitan areas, there's even dry bars coming in.
Okay.
And so we're going to add our lime wheel and then
That looks amazing.
our mint. And then when I don't have a muddler, I just kind of like crush up some mint leaves. I also don't need a ton of mint in my drink flavor, so it's just kind of there.
Yeah, I thought it was more of like a garnish thing. I didn't really know it added a ton of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that looks like it could definitely be alcoholic, for sure. Can I try it?
Yeah, this is for you to try.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, guys. Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's amazing because it's like, I feel like, you know, I don't know personally, but like, I feel like it has the flavors and like at the same time, like, this isn't going to ruin my Sunday morning.
Right.
You know?
So you have like the sweetness of the blackberry with the spiciness of the ginger beer.
Yeah.
Makes a good combo.
That's awesome. I don't know if the next one's going to beat that. That's pretty good.
If you want to hand me those juices.
Both of them?
Yep.
Okay. What's this orange stuff?
The orange is mango pineapple. And then I have just orange juice here.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, kind of do a little half and half moment. And then if you want to hand me the grenadine, which I don't believe we've opened this yet, so it'll take just a second. Oh, it is. Okay. And then pour just a little bit in that. The great thing about mocktails is that they're customizable, so you can do them to taste.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna.
That's a really pretty color.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna pour it back and forth for a second. And then this is great, like if you prefer like a fruity drink, like you want something that's gonna, you know, kind of quench the urge for like a Mai Tai or a, you know, rum punch, obviously, or something like that.
Yeah.
That is the way to go. And then if you want to add ice to these.
Okay, we'll do.
am going to build the garnish. And the great thing is like, you don't have to worry about, you can be a mixed company and have these, it doesn't matter, to the best of my knowledge, religious affiliations or age range or anything, anything like that, any kind of personal journey someone's on.
Well, because like it can get out of control pretty quickly, and I think that it should be normalized to have like you have the regular version, but then right next to it's like with or without. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like I don't know, like this is a way for people recovering too to kind of
absolutely. And there's no shame in living your best life, like alcohol free. So for this one, what I did for the garnish is I just took that out of the lime. Gonna wrap it around the cherry. Actually, I'm gonna poke this through the lime first. So these were found at the local Kroger's, so they're not typically what I would use, but they work in a pinch. That through, poke your cherry through.
And I don't think I could do that. Get it all on there. I would have stabbed through it like 9 times and not gotten it on.
It definitely is a little bit different than what I'm used to, but we'll make it work.
There you go.
Here we go.
That's pretty. That's really cool. So what's this called again? This is a
rumless punch.
Rumless punch. Okay.
And all it is just orange juice, the mango pineapple juice, some grenadine, and then your garnish.
Okay. But yeah, it was a really jam-packed show today, I'd say.
Yes.
We had an amazing musical talent. That's honestly one of the biggest things I like about this is really getting to interview those people who I almost feel are a little underappreciated, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I just think that like there's some people that get catapulted in the spotlight, and I think that that's awesome. But there's so much talent, just like on the streets or like, just like playing at your local bar. And I just, I think it's good. Alrighty, here we go. Amazing.
Which one's your preference?
Man, I don't know. That's really close.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. Like that's super sweet, but like I kind of like the lime and the mint together. I feel like that's really good, but I'd say that's a 9.5. That's a 9, but you killed it.
Thanks.
It was amazing. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have for today. And, there's so many ways to like really enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different avenues you can go. And, it's not as cookie cutter as most people, think that this is. You're not set to have to do something. Like you can always, it's what you want. It's what you dream. It's what your purpose is. And, my advice to like whoever's out there, like I'm not where I want to be yet, but like I'm still chasing it, as you are, as everyone here is. And I think, that's the goal. Like you just have to try and try and try. And when you're passionate about something, it'll eventually pan out. All right, guys. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later.
So what's different about this episode today?
I don't know where my co-host is, and I think it might just be me today. So, we're gonna have a good time. Oh, there she is.
I'm right here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm Angie.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
So now we have both pieces of the puzzle here. I really think that this might be one for the books today, for sure.
Wait, what book? Like the Guinness Book of the Spiel records?
Yeah, the Spiel records. Hey, I'm here with Rob the Giant.
It's weird up here.
So how does it feel to be 6'7"?
I don't know, it feels like a lie.
No, what?
How long has it been since we did a show shoot here in the studio? About a month, I think.
Yeah.
So we're all a little out of practice.
It wasn't like just some...
Striking.
Well, what do you miss the most about these in-studio sessions?
When we're finished. No, I like the camaraderie. Like when we get to like hang out and like be creative and plan together. That's like my favorite part.
What's happening here? This isn't a segment we were really planning for, was it?
Well, no, we actually had someone else that was supposed to come on, but I'm sure he'll be a guest later down the line. But yeah, we just decided screw it, and now we're just gonna get crunk at like noon.
So what do y'all find on your foraging trip? Go forage.
Lots of cool stuff outside that anyone can find in their backyard. We've got some orange juice, some seedless blackberry preserves, and then I picked this out of the dumpster in the back. We get some limes. You can find anything if you look hard enough. Honestly, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
I found this in the dumpster right here. That's where we got them from.
Yeah, no, I won't leave.
Go back to the
Like
dumpster.
a parasite.
What happened to the guy?
You know, I heard he's still walking down the interstate. I heard he's swinging vine to vine, but you know, I think he ran like a bear and he just felt the call of the wild to fight it. So, you know, that's holding him up, but you know, I'm gonna pray for him. I think maybe next week he'll be here.
What do you miss the most about these in-studio show shoots?
The camaraderie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Still, actually, have never actually
That was my answer.
looked at the definition of camaraderie. I don't know if that actually makes sense to what I'm thinking in my head. What was your other question?
Who's your favorite comrade?
Oh, Lucas.
Just like in general?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I think.
Oh, Wyatt.
Wow.
There's a lot, you know.
Oh, Sam. You gotta like.
And it's hard to just pinpoint one because you have memories with each one, right? Special memories. And I think that choosing one wouldn't be fair because each memory is so unique to that own individual person.
That's a cop-out answer.
And
oh, it's Walker.
the thing is that I actually don't like anybody here. So I don't know, you know.
Who do you like the most, considering you don't like anyone here?
Who do I? Angie, for sure.
And he's gone. Give me any background on this musical talent that's coming in?
Got two really great musicians. Crazy harmonica. Y'all aren't ready for this harmonica.
That's incredible. That's incredible.